You are a survivor from the moment you're diagnosed. I'll never forget being wheeled away from my husband and mother at Mount Sinai Hospital in New York City through these large gray double doors and a diamond-shaped yellow sign read, "No visitors beyond this point." Dressed in a thin cotton robe on a cold metal gurney, I was wheeled into my parking spot alongside other patients coming in and out of surgery. Doctors and nurses were dashing around as I lay there at 8 a.m. for my 9 a.m. surgery slot. At noon, I called over a nurse. "Excuse me, I am so sorry to bother you, but my surgery is supposed to be 12 hours long, and at this point, my surgeon will be operating on me at midnight. Could we reschedule for tomorrow, please?" And she said, "Oh, honey, don't you worry about this. They do this all the time. Now, do you want a magazine?" I awoke in the neurosurgical ICU. Every crevice of my oral cavity was filled to capacity because my tongue was so swollen. My mouth was like an overstuffed suitcase. My tongue like a balloon full of air. My eyes focused and my brain kicked into action. There was a suture at the back of my tongue that scraped my throat with every word. Would I ever speak articulately again? Would I ever swallow normally? Will I go back to the work that I loved? I had many questions. I laid down on this cold, hard platform, resting my head on a neck support. A radiation therapist came into the room with a warm plastic mesh, like a tennis racket, and she placed it over my face to create a mask, so they could tattoo the mask instead of my facial skin to line me up for radiation precisely for each and every treatment. A hole was cut at the mouth of the mask, and this large gauze-enwrapped tongue depressor was secured through the hole to keep my tongue in exactly the same position for each treatment and to keep my upper jaw out of the line of attack of radiation, receiving minimal radiation. I knew it was the real thing when the radiation therapist placed that mask over my head and then bolted it down to the table. Dr. Vigneri said to me, "The name of the game is calories. Forget what you've learned about healthy eating. I want you to bulk up because you're going to lose weight, and I guarantee you that you don't have much to lose." He prescribed milkshakes at every meal, all the Haagen-Dazs I want. Good thing I'm not lactose intolerant. And the following day, I decided to make an appointment with my radiation oncologist to tell him face to face about my decision. We sat down in his office, and with gentle eyes, he looked at me and said, "Eva, I know this is tough. How are you doing?" In my hoarse whisper, I said, "Dr. Vigneri, I'm quitting. I can't do this any longer." Waiting the 3 weeks was the best decision of my life. I took the bus from Allentown to New York City that day, not having an inkling that what was on my tongue was remotely serious. With my mom by my side, holding my hand, Dr. Erkin sat down, and in a gentle voice, he said, "Eva, you have a squamous cell carcinoma on your lateral tongue." Woozy from anesthesia, I asked if it was benign. He said, in an apologetic tone, "Eva, you are in an advanced stage of oral cancer. When I was walking that tightrope balancing between life and death, I thought good and hard about how I would be remembered. I wasn't going to be remembered for taking my children to soccer practice and ballet lessons. I was going to be remembered for how I made a difference in someone else's life. Today, I'm sharing my personal story with you in hopes that you demand oral cancer screenings for yourself and for all those that you love. Together, we could save lives. It's human nature to lament your losses, and a true human skill to recognize your gifts. Throughout my ordeal with oral cancer, I never lost the ability to make a choice. And when we choose to face our life challenges with strength, we turn adversity into opportunity. An opportunity to leave a legacy of choosing courage, choosing gratitude, choosing moments to cherish. And these virtues that we choose to embody have a rippling effect. It inspires all those that know us, and through them, countless lives. Thank you.